We are doing a lot of color coordinating at home because no matter what you buy, even thrifted stuff, if it matches your other things, it'll look visually rich and harmonious, and so it's even better if you could get great looks for not a lot of money. So we're starting with our thrifted basket collection, and we're going to make our baskets look like a matched collection, while at the same time getting a French country antique look. Not to mention, our baskets are great for holding so many things. So we recommend chalk paint for painting wicker because it's great for sticking to everything and it won't chip off. It may change the surface texture a little bit, but if you wax it, your wicker will be chip-proof and satiny. Here's an example. When we first tried to paint wicker, we used chalk paint and wax on this $5 chippy rocker from a church bazaar. I mean, this rocker was chipping everywhere. I don't know what made us think that it had potential, but it did. And today, after 5 years, it still looks great. Of course, we do keep it on a covered porch, so that helps a lot. We've stocked up on a lot of colors of Waverly chalk paint from Walmart, and you can also buy this paint online. We have a color chart and links on our supplies page in the description box. We show charts for both Waverly and American Decor from Amazon. But if you're on a tight budget and you can't buy so many colors, start with one warm color like hazelnut and tint small batches of it with inexpensive flat craft paint plus black and white, and you'll still have a chalky paint but at a much lower price. And don't forget the wax because you'll need that to get the satiny finish of wicker. Waverly wax is water-based, it goes a long way, and you can use the leftovers to preserve leaves. Check out the video on that too. With our collection of Waverly paints, we'll be able to do 20 baskets at least, maybe more. We're going to start by mixing a batch of warm brown that reminds us of this wooden spoon. Here's the recipe we started with. This is a very flexible craft, and with an inexpensive basket, you can experiment with recoloring it and finding your own favorite palette of colors to make a coordinated set. In fact, most of our baskets may be Asian, but with the right colors and antiquing, they'll look right at home with French country styling. Here's the first basket we recolored. We warmed it up with our basic brown, which has a lot of red and orange in it, as you saw in the recipe. And an easy way to antique a basket is to choose a zone to make it a different color. So we chose the bottom and worked in some red and blended it with some more of the brown. It's as if this basket was used to gather fruit like cherries maybe. We stained the bottom on the inside too, and it's all very subtle effects. And what a transformation. Here's how it looks now. The paint dried to a wonderful warm brown, quite a bit darker, but it looks like antique wicker, with those subtle colors worked in on the zones, like around the inside bottom. Now we had confidence to try variations on this painting technique on all our other thrifted baskets too. We gave this one a definite stain around the bottom edge and also just under the rim. Again, this is the look of a hard-working country basket. Here it is before, and here it is on the porch next to another round basket where the zones are really obviously defined. These colors are working for us because they harmonize with the window on the porch, plus all the other greens like the floor and the plants. Now, if you're pretty happy with how a basket looks straight from the thrift shop, you can still do a little to make subtle improvements like we did on this Twiggy basket. We're just deepening the inside color. We're going to cover some of those leather stripes, and we're going to use ivory chalk paint around the rim and on the handle. This is a great effect of faux bleaching. So whatever basket you're working on, you can pick a zone like the top or the bottom and make it look sun bleached. Now we've worked our way up to some of our favorite baskets, like the square one that's so great for storage. First we do the base color, then we choose the zones to darken or lighten for an antique effect. And wow, it goes from this to this. And you can see we picked a couple of the corners and edge stones to make it look like wear and tear. Now, all this basket needs is a coat of wax to smooth the finish and add a soft glow. And it's on to the next basket and the next. So don't forget, we've got charts on our website where you can click a color on the color chart and it'll jump to a page where you can see the price. So happy coordinating. Don't miss the next project at Love for a Country House, plus our printables and country shop and more. Click the sun logo to subscribe. See you again sometime.